So, Rahul here, Punch Out Boxing. Delighted to be speaking to Conor Wallace again. And we are just 5 days out from a massive fight for you. The IBF Eliminator. Not a final eliminator, but it's still a step closer. And it's a fighter, last time we spoke, I did mention his name. And so it's come to fruition. You are fighting Jerome Pampellone. So, Connor, first of all, how are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, Ra. Good to see you again, and thanks very much for having me on as always. Um, yeah, I'm feeling really good. It's a massive fight for me. As you say, it's one that's been in the making for a while, and here we are, 5 days out. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's a massive opportunity, and puts you right up into the number two spot in the IBF. So it's a massive opportunity, as I say, and I'm one that I want to grab with both hands.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tell us how this fight came about, because it looks like, am I right in thinking you're going in as the away fighter on this promotion?
Yeah, well, yeah, as I'm with Tasman Fighters, and this Jerome is signed with no limit. We got an offer for the fight, and it's a massive opportunity, as it says. So it's as an IBF eliminator, puts you in the number two spot. So why wouldn't we take it? I've dreamt about being a world champion since I've been a young boy, and I think this is a very direct route towards where I want to be, or fighting for them world titles.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said when we last spoke, we talked about this, that the timing could work out perfect for you, and I guess all eyes in October will be on that undisputed fight, and then it's a matter of see where it goes. But on Jerome, of course, he's best known for losing to Malik Zinad, who was Bivol's last victim. Yeah, like yourself, he's from this part of, or my part of the world, and then went down under. But have you seen much of him? What do you make of him? What did you make of his fight with Zinad?
Yeah, we've watched them a lot. We've both fought a few of the same guys and stuff on our way up, and we're going to meet eventually, I think. And it's a good opportunity that we're getting to meet on such a big stage, and for such a big prize. So I have watched a lot of, we've studied him a lot, and obviously we have our game plan in place. Obviously his most recent fight was against Denad as well, so that was his only loss. So he's coming off a loss. He's tasted defeat before, so I'm sure he'll be coming in hungry, which is good. That's what we want. I want the best version of him, so I can say I beat the best version of him.
Yeah, I've not had much chance to see anything of Jerome. Stylistically, what's he like? It looks like he had quite the amateur pedigree, well, at least in New Zealand. International tournaments and all of that. But I don't know what the level's like down under at that weight class.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think he's had a lot of fights, and he's well experienced. He's strong. He comes from that pitch boxing. They're a good gym. They're always known to come to fight and stuff. So, now we've got a good game plan in place, and I'm really looking forward to putting it all into play and showing my hard work on Wednesday night coming.
Hmm. Of course, you're having to drive down the east coast to the cooler climes of Sydney. Is this going to be quite a big show down there? Looks like Nikita
Yeah,
Zoo
yeah,
on the card.
yeah. It's a massive show. It's a pay-per-view over here on Fox Sports. It will be massive. It's a great venue. It's at Darling Harbour in Sydney. So it's going to be a great build up to the fight as well. We've got the media workout, the public workout on Sunday. We fly down there Sunday morning. We got the public workout, press conference on Monday, weigh-in Tuesday, and then the fight on Wednesday. So it should be a great lead up and build up to the fight. It's a great show, and I'm looking forward to boxing on it.
Yeah, indeed. Darling Harbour, that reminds me of my backpacking days in Oz. I stayed in a youth hostel there for a good couple of weeks. So, yeah,
Yeah.
feeling jealous of
No, I've
this.
been there. I've been there a few times myself. It's a great spot. I've been down actually watching a few fights, and I always thought one day I would fight there, and here we are. So I've had a couple of big fights here in Brisbane and some great venues. Like I love Brisbane here, but I'm really looking forward to getting down into Sydney and boxing there because there's a massive Irish contingent there as well, and looking forward to getting them all behind me and getting
Mhm.
the Green Army out in full force.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. can't go wrong with the Irish fan base behind you. Yeah, last time against Gip, you got that really good stoppage on quite the sort of KO streak. So you're looking to continue in that vein. Obviously, be the first man to stop Jerome. That'd be quite a statement for the division.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as I say, like obviously I had a bit of problems with my hands at the start of my career, and once I got them sorted, I think the proof's been in the pudding. You know, I've been knocking the guys out since, so it's great being back, having full two healthy hands, no pain, and I'm looking forward to keeping it going. I'm really looking forward. This is going to be a great fight, you know, and I feel like the better the opponent, the better I perform. You know, he's a great opponent. Jerome, he's tough. He's been there. He comes to fight. He can bang. He can box a bit. You know, it's going to be great for me to showcase what it can do against a high level boxer as well.
Yes, indeed, and he is that. That's for sure. So, how do you assess your development at this point? How many more percentage points do you think you can improve in terms of how far you are from, like, say, the top guys in the division? Yeah, where do you rate yourself at this point?
Yeah, well, as I say, like I had a lot of amateur fights, you know, and it took me a bit of a while to transition over from that amateur style to the pro style, and I feel like I'm getting more and more like a pro all the time, you know, with every fight. As is, like you can do all the sparring you want, but there's nothing like fighting and having that ring time. So, good to have a couple of fights last year, and then start off the year on St. Patrick's Day with another good win against Gip. And I feel like I'm getting better and better and hitting harder with every fight, you know, developing more. And you always want to improve. So, and that's what I feel like I'm doing with each fight and each camp. We're starting at a higher level each time, you know, higher base level of fitness and just constantly raising the bar. And with me being number one in the country here and in the top 10 in the world, you know, everyone's chasing you. And if you're not doing the work or trying to progress or whatever, you're going to be left behind or found out. So this has been an unbelievable camp. I was over in Thailand and everything. We invested a lot in it, some quality sparring here, and I'm looking forward to really putting on a show because, as I say, I love the big nights and the big fights. So you can do all the training you want, but there's nothing like fight night.
Absolutely, as you said, there, steady progress is important. You've got to keep improving just to stay at a certain level in this game, I guess. Was the IBF route your preferred route? Because obviously you're pretty much ranked around the sort of 5 and 6 range with all 4 governing bodies. Was there a particular reason for this, or is it just that that's the first opportunity that came up?
Oh well, like I just I don't mind which of them and which, to be honest with you. I just want the best fights, and as I say, I've dreamt about being a world champion from as a young boy, so I don't mind which one it is. I'll go wherever and fight wherever or whatever. So I just want to be fighting. I like to be active. I love having a goal and having a fight to train for. I hate all this training and not fighting. You know that's not me at all. So
Yeah.
um, I love having a fight and keeping active. So. No, I'm looking forward. I don't mind, as I say. So, as whatever the most direct route towards a world title, or towards a shot at a world title, that's where I'll go.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And of course, I know your manager, Mike, head of Tasman Fighters. He's got a great relationship with Riyadh Season. Your stablemate Jai is out again. I wonder, has he pitched you to Turkey Al Sheikh to get in the mix yet?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, so I'm managed. Or so Steve Deller is my manager, but Mick's my promoter, and Tasman Fighters. I've had a lot of great fights and stuff with them, and headlined in the zone many times. I've loved it. Some of the shows have been unbelievable, and I'm looking forward to now stepping up and again. And you know, it's the dream, obviously, to fight in Saudi as well and get a bit of that Saudi money too. I think we all, and Jay has paved the way. So, you know, as I say, I just want the big fights and the best fights. And I've been in boxing a long time, you know, so wherever the big fights take me, that's where I want to be.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I've got to ask you about the division. Like I said, October the 12th, finally getting an undisputed heavyweight champ, sorry, light heavyweight champ crowned,
Yeah.
unless we get a draw. Have you, like most fans, been agonizing over who's going to win, changing your prediction every week, like I am?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Like whenever I seen what BETERBIEV did to Callum Smith, you know, I was like, oh, like, because I always would have said BIVOL, you know, because I'd seen more of him as such. And I was like, oh, whenever I seen, like, it's so hard to keep BETERBIEV off for 12 rounds. He seems to just be so strong, you know. So, but I'm looking forward. It's a fight I'm really interested in, and I cannot wait to watch.
Do you think that 40 years of age, the injuries, the weight making, could that be a factor now? I mean, if anyone
Well,
beat BETERBIEV.
yeah, he doesn't seem to be slowing up any, you know, from his last few performances. So, but at that level, you know, with Bivol's a great operator and he's coming off that good stoppage win against Malik Sinad. So he'll be coming in primed, he's fresh. And I'd still, if I had to put my last dollar on it, I probably would be going for Bivol, you know. But it's, as you say, I've been changing my mind every week, you know. I think it's going to be a matter of who turns up on the night, you know, if someone underperforms or doesn't perform to their um, full ability or whatever. You know what happens on fight night? Anything can happen. It's boxing, and that's why we love the sport so much.
Yes, indeed. Well, in terms of yourself, if you get into that mandatory position, who would you prefer to fight?
Oh, I've always dreamed about, like, always wanted to fight Bivol. You know, it's always been my dream because I've watched him since I was sort of younger, and you know, you're watching whenever I got in that weight category myself. He's sort of been at the one that really stood out for me for a while. So I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? Either or, I'm happy. Like to get to that stage, that's where I want to be. So beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, I guess that when you get an undisputed champ, yeah, everyone has to dance to their tunes. On
Yeah,
that front,
you take it with both hands.
absolutely. Before that, of course, in London, we got an interim title for whatever that means these days. Couple of Brits, Boatsy and Hutchinson. Yeah, got your thoughts on that? Were you impressed with either or both last time you saw that?
Yeah, I watched I actually did watch that fight myself because I watched Hudson against Richards. So
Hmm.
I thought I was I thought Richards would have been better, to be honest with you. He just, I didn't know, he didn't seem to be at the race at all, but Hutchinson done well. It was a good win. So no, always, you know yourself, when you're in that weight category, you're always looking around to see, because it could be a potential opponent, and um you never know what can happen in the next few months. So I'm always watching. Like, as I say, I'm a boxing fan. I've been in the boxing game a long time, and I love the sport. And I'm always interested in watching, no matter if it's my weight category or whatever weight category. I always I never don't miss too many fights. So it's an exciting time to be a part of the light heavyweight division. There's some great fights, and it's really good to be a part of it.
Yes, indeed. And we saw recently a couple of super middleweights have joined the fray, Benavidez and Morel. Impressed with their entry into the division?
Yeah, they did look pretty good. Like, Benavidez looks to be a real handful, you know, and moving up in weight probably suits him a little bit better because he's a big dude. And Morella, watched him on the undercard over in on the Terence Crawford undercard. He looked good against a tough opponent as well. So, you know, it's very exciting, as I say. And when you get to watch them guys and you see them, we know we're not a million miles away.
Hmm.
And a fight with some of them guys is just around the corner. So it's exciting. And you know, that's what you're in boxing for. Like, that's what I'm in boxing for anyway. You know, I've trained my whole life and dedicated my whole life to the sport. You want the big fights and the big nights, and trying to set yourself up for the rest of your life, you know?
Yeah, and of course we got Ben Whitaker, who's making waves over here with all his showmanship. He's got a bit of a step up. So in a way, you're getting ahead of the game because I think it could get quite crowded there with all of you young hotshots sort of clamoring for position.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's what I'm saying. Whenever I get this fight opportunity, you know, it's a great opportunity to get up nice and high in the rankings, to push me on up. You know, I know I'm ranked in the top 10 with 4 of the major ones. So this is for a WBO belt as well, and the IBF eliminate, like a IBF eliminator, so for the number 2 spot. So it's a massive opportunity, and it puts me right up there, you know.
Hmm.
And as I say, like Malik's like after Pampellone's last fight, the guy Malik Zanad, he got to fight Bivol, so we're thereabouts.
Yeah,
But I'm definitely not overlooking Jerome. You know, I know it's going to be a tough fight. All the fights at this level are hard, but I'm looking forward to putting on a show, and it's going to be a great fight, I reckon. And I can't wait to get in there and get going.
yeah, and despite all these great events going to Riyadh, it's great to still see these fights happening. Well, all over the place down in Oz. Incidentally, you're still dreaming of a homecoming to Ireland. I know there's a lot of talk of potentially a big fight in Belfast between Crocker and Donovan. Maybe,
Donovan, yeah,
I mean, that'd be what a fight that'd be. I really hope they get that
yeah.
over the line, and sort of that's the sort of card we want you on there against one of the Brits.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's exciting. And as I said, like they're two lads that I was in the amateurs with, two boys they know really well. That would be a mad fight to watch, and obviously be a part of that card would be unbelievable too. So the first thing, obviously, the first protocol is getting through Jerome Pampellone first, and then we can, like, I don't like to overlook anyone because you know yourself, anything can happen in boxing, and I'm not gonna get on here and talk shit and put too much pressure on myself whenever I know I've got a big task ahead. So I will take one step at a time, and full focus is on Jerome. We get through him, and then we move forward, and it should open up a couple of really good doors for us.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, like I said, I don't want to distract you too much. Just 5 days out. No, you just wrapped up the training camp. Is it just today or this weekend?
Yeah. Well, I had my last spar on Wednesday, so that was a week out from the fight because the fight's midweek this time. So just on the weight cut stuff now, and tapering off, feeling good, and I love this part now. You know, the build up, the lead into the fight. We head down to Sydney Sunday morning for all the media obligations and stuff. But the hard work's done now. This is a fun bit for me. This is a bit that I love. You know,
Hmm.
um, getting in there, as I say, the work's done, the sparring's all done. The body's feeling good, no injuries or anything heading in. So I'm looking forward to putting all my hard work on display next Wednesday night and making a good statement and cementing myself up higher in the rankings.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Connor, absolute pleasure catching up with you again. I've got a feeling, yeah, you're going to be a player in this light heavyweight division for some time to come. So we look forward to seeing how next Wednesday plays out. That'll be Wednesday morning for us here in the UK and Ireland. So
Yeah, it
perfect
will be. Yeah,
during our morning tea break. So everyone
yeah,
tune in if you
yeah.
can.
It should be a great card. As the main event and stuff will be exciting too. Two Australian lads going at it. Nikita Zoo and Cohen Mazzuti should be a cracker, and we got Zarafa on as well. So I think they're building up for Zarafa to fight the winner of the main event. So always a bit of talk and stuff there. It's a bit of fun, and it builds the fight, doesn't it?
Absolutely, which is what we the fans love. All right, Connor,
Yeah.
I'll let you go because I know you're probably getting a bit dehydrated with the weight cut. Good luck
Nah,
for
it's
Wednesday, and
feeling good at the minute anyway. Thank you very much.
we'll catch up with you soon. And yeah, good luck Wednesday night.
Legend. Thank you very much for having me on again.